Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this only recap for today. Final game of a 4-game series that I watched. Probably definitely the only recap of the day, and probably the only game I'm watching. But Phillies beat the Giants 6-4. So both teams won 2 games. A series split between the Phillies and Giants. I mean, it's still a good series for the Giants. Phillies are a good team at home, and they split the series. Still a good start of the year. You win 2 out of 3 in New York. You split with Philly. I think it's a pretty successful last few games. The pitching in the first inning's been a bit rough for the Giants, especially this series. I think they gave up like 10 runs in the first inning. And especially considering how the Giants' starting pitching looked, because Robbie Ray really wasn't good yesterday, but the offense was really good today. The offense wasn't great outside of that first. What did they score? They scored 1 in the first and 2 in the 6th and 1 in the 9th, but it was really just that hot start that Philly got on that won them this game, and some pretty good pitching by Christopher Sanchez, especially with how the starting pitching for the Giants look. You'll take a split. A key thing with the Phillies, Nick Castellanos went out with an injury. On the double play, he failed it, and then he went out to play defense, and then he came in and said it kind of tightened up. I don't know what it was. Something tightened up. So yeah, it's kind of the pitching. Jordan Hicks was bad in that first inning. Like, after that, I thought he settled in and actually did go 7 innings. But he's kind of just a failed starter to me. Like, but with the Giants starting pitching in the first inning this series has just been bad. Like 10 hits, 8 walks, 10 runs. It's possible they get a series split, but I don't know if you're that confident with the starting pitching going forward. We know with Jordan Hicks, Justin Verlander, Roop had a good start, I thought, against the Phillies, besides that first inning, I believe it was. But do you really trust that starting pitching staff going forward? I don't know. But the Hicks experiment for them needs to end. Like, yeah, I know he went 7 innings, but I just don't think he's a good starter. Like, he failed in St. Louis, he failed last year, he's failing this year. You've probably seen enough of him starting. He just needs to get back to the bullpen. The last 2 Hicks starts are very alarming. I just don't know how you trust him against good teams. But I mean, it was just a bizarre start, like, because he gave up 5 runs in the first inning, but he ended up going through 7 innings. I mean, they didn't take him out, he didn't give up. I mean, he went through 7 innings. He averaged 99 on his sinker, topped out 101. He had words with the Phillies dugout, so. But the 13-6 start is great. A lot of things have gone the Giants' way so far, but the terrific hitting, though, they've had with 2 outs and with runners in scoring position can't last all season. Hicks and Verlander have ERAs over 6, and you can't expect the Giants to score 7 runs every time they pitch. The strike zone was pretty bad in this one as well. I thought, at least Hicks, he battled out there to go 7 innings. So, the Phillies have won or tied their last 10 series at home, so a split here's a good result, but they just can't feel good about their rotation as they fly back to California. And every single question mark for this rotation has shown up. It's only mid-April. Hicks throwing over 100 pitches does concern you. They have a lot of games in a row, and you can't throw the bullpen out there every day, but I can feel him getting burnt out early again. It'll be interesting in Anaheim. They face 2 of the toughest offenses in the major leagues. Well, I say toughest, like the Phillies have been that good to start the year. But 14 strikeouts from the Giants compared to 1 walk. Only 1 after they had that big day last night with all those walks. But yeah, Jordan Hicks, 7 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts from Jordan Hicks. So he gave up 5 runs in the first inning. After that, he settled in, but I just don't think he's a good starter. I mean, the positives, they didn't have to burn their bullpen. He still went out for 7 innings. According to the final 6 innings after that disaster first inning, where Phillies scored 5. Eric Miller, .2 innings pitched, no hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout for Eric Miller. Tyler Rogers, .1 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, and one strikeout. For the Giants offense today, they had 6 hits for 4 runs. I already went over the innings they scored. They dropped to a 13-6 record. Top of the first, Chapman with an RBI single in the top of the first. Top of the 6th, Chapman, 2-run homer. And then top of the 9th, Tyler Fitzgerald homering to score their 4 runs. For the Phillies, hell of a start from Christopher Sanchez, who I think has been their best starting pitcher this year. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts for Christopher Sanchez. He had a 76% whiff rate in that changeup. It's been great. 12 strikeouts. Like, he's their most talented and consistent pitcher. Like, he is that dude. And it's a good offense, too. Orion Kirkering, 1 inning, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. And Alvarado, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, no strikeouts. Get that solo home, but that's it. For their offense, 6 hits for 6 runs. Scored 5 in the first and 1 in the 8th, which is a pretty big insurance run. Philly had 2 errors defensively. San Francisco had 1. For Philly on offense, Stott 1 for 3 and a walk. Turner 1 for 3. Harper 0 for 2, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. Schwarber 2 for 3, a walk, 2 RBIs. Castellanos 1 for 3 and an RBI. Sosa 0 for 0 and an RBI. Kepler 0 for 4. Real Muto 0 for 3 and a walk. Bone 1 for 2 and RBI. And Johan Rojas 0 for 2 and a walk. So Phillies improved to 11-8, 6-4 your final. So they split these 4 games 2 apiece. It's a pretty good series to watch. And that's really all I got to say here. No more baseball for the rest of this week. Besides the Dodger games, obviously, no other recaps. I will be back here next week, I believe, for more baseball. Like, besides the Dodgers, I will be back, I believe it's Monday, for the start of Mets Phillies. Because it's a big week this week, WrestleMania, NBA playoffs, got the Dodgers series, got NASCAR returning to Rockingham with trucks and Xfinity. So it's going to be a big weekend. So next series, non-Dodgers related, you'll catch Monday with Mets and Phillies. So yeah, leave a like, comment, for more. Next time out. Peace.